If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the new evolutions to check out for the future stars. To be fair, there's actually quite a few options here that look pretty cool to get, because EA did give them some pretty significant improvements in regards to them being like 5-star and stuff. So it's looking pretty cool. This evolution is not from this, it's the evolutions here. Shout out to L2 guy. It's gonna be this one down here, so it's a free one, right? So basically you can select any of the players that you see here from your store pack that EA do give you, and you can basically just go from there, right? So a couple of people, you know, could go for some French players, you know, Manchester United links. Some people could go for Ajax, AC Milan. The most popular choice right now is going to be Athenia, because obviously she gives you the Real Madrid links as well as the Spanish links, while being a person who's 5-star. So we're gonna be taking a look at each of the individual cards here, as you guys see. But the upgrades that you receive are a chip shot with some dribbling, shooting, pace, physical boost. The second one is going to be a +1 in skill moves, as well as the power header, right? So this is going to be very nice for the physical type attackers, right? Athenia, she'll get power header, which, to be fair, is still going to be decent, because if you have whipped pass plus and she's the player that you're using in the right-sided areas, it could be really nice to work with, right? But power header plus, definitely very nice to work with some of the physical options that you see here. And then they also have acrobatic to work with too. So for a lot of the people that decide to do this, like I said, I think meta-wise, people are probably gonna go with Athenia, even though those play styles fit more for the physical guys. And I do have to mention that, okay? So obviously she's the most popular that you could see here in the second choice, and she's the most popular from the evolution choices. But those playstyles, as I am mentioning, is gonna be better for the physical guys. So just be very mindful of that as I'm mentioning that, okay? So with Athenia, guys, the way that she looks in game, she will be a high-low work rated card, right? Now, a few things that you're going to notice right off the bat with this card, right? So if you take a look at the non-rare version, Athenia is someone who has a short and lean minus body type. And as you guys know, every time I review that specific body type with players, most of the times, except for Zola, short and lean minus is a combination of agile and physical, right? So with the evolution version of this card, by default, it is a card I would provide with the engine chemistry style to boost as much as possible. But I'm pretty sure she's still gonna have that base feeling, because again, not everybody's like Zola, because Zola is very different. I tell you guys this all the time, but his previous card is one of the very few cards that has agility and balance it up a certain way, and you couldn't care less about it when it comes to the dribbling in game, right? So that only transferred over really nicely once it came to the Team of the Year icon version. But for Athenia on an engine, she still looks pretty good, right? She gets the pace boost, she gets the dribbling boost, as well as the passing boost, and she's working with some really good shooting. And the main thing here is going to be the link ups with most of the cards, right? So power header and acrobatic guys are still pretty cool to work with, but again, more for the physical guys more than anything, right? But power header is actually helpful, because if you decide to use her in the side positions, she could still cook with that, because she's transitioning on the attack, right? So even if she just kind of beats a defender by transitioning on the attack, she could still win those opportunities, right? She's working with technical, first touch, trickster, chip shot, so she does have a few different things that are definitely nice. So here's where it kind of makes a little bit more sense to give the certain playstyles, is for the physical oriented attacker. So for the future stars, this is a physical attacker's dream, you know, for some people's ultimate teams, because with Okafor, right, the way that this card is formatted, he already has really good pace, right? So this card looks like he's formatted for a finisher, you know, boost the agility, balance, and dribbling to be as high as possible with the card, right? But his finishing is really high. He has 99 for jumping, but doesn't have heading accuracy. But the thing is, guys, is that it's weird how this kind of works sometimes with heading accuracy, because it's in defending, so I don't really know exactly what this means, right? But he has 99 jumping with acrobatic and power header. No aerial. Aerial is usually really nice, guys. Aerial is a huge playstyle, but who knows? Maybe he gets it in the future with a different card. Who, like, we don't know what they'll do with the super high ratings on these guys, right? But rapid, first touch, quick step, chip shot, All very good play styles to work with, especially like the first touch, because well, not especially first touch, because first touch is like one of the lower rated play styles. But for a physical dude, when you're launching a driven pass to him or launching across to him, just being able to take that simple touch and then go for the strike right away because of his really high finishing is definitely going to be very ideal. So that's why he's second place in regards to the options you have to work with, because this could essentially be this year's version of Decathlete, right? And if you guys know Decathlete from last year, people enjoy using that card quite a bit, right? So Okafor looks like he could be that 2.0 version, right? Millard, as a female player, looking pretty decent as well. She is a 4-star on this version of the card. So for the Manchester United fans that do want a female player that has 94 dribbling with a lean body type, she looks like she could be pretty responsive in game if she has the right stats. Oh, this card's actually formatted nicely. Not bad. Yeah. I mean, you could go in any direction, really. I mean, you can give her the Hawk. If you want to give her the Hawk, you could. A little bit of a physical boost, even though she's 5'7". She's 5'7" with a lean body type with nice dribbling stats. I mean, you could still technically go for the engine chemistry style if you wanted to, because she has 96 for finishing, and the shot power being lower for more consistent Trivelas could be ideal unless they boost it on the new gen version, because this was more of an old gen thing, not a new gen thing. We'll see if they do that for the new gen, but she has a regular Trivela, right? So engine to boost pace as well as dribbling to make her feel as crazy responsive as possible in game could definitely be really nice, while giving her 96 finishing from the base improvement. Pace is there, passing is there, again, the link ups are there, and she's working with some pretty nice play styles, right? So press proven, definitely really cool. Medium work rates is not a problem whatsoever. It's actually a pretty decent work rate this year. They used to be horrible to work with, but nowadays it's significantly better. But imagine a card like this in the right-sided areas, right? Popping in those Trivelas, from time to time, utilizing the dribbling and stuff that the card has. Wouldn't be a horrible option, again, if you're going in the route of the French links, the Manchester United links, and all that kind of stuff. Brian, who is a left wing card, he is a person who is high medium work rated, and he is someone who has a short and lean minus body type. So again, more of a chance of it being physical and agile as much as possible. Always be very mindful of that. But base card stats for dribbling is set up in a fantastic area, right? So he already has 99 shot power. The card honestly looks like it's formatted for a marksman, to be honest, right? Because the marksman would drastically increase the dribbling to kind of compensate for short and lean minus. He's a 4-star player, but you do get that +8 in the finishing department, which could be very nice for some people. You can either go in that direction, or you could potentially give him like a Hawk to boost his shooting to be a little bit higher, as well as the attacking positioning, a little bit of pace. But it'd be kind of pointless if you did that, because honestly, his pace is already in a pretty decent spot. So if you were to provide him with the marksman chemistry style, you'd be working with a player that has dribbling, shooting, and physical capabilities. Play styles in game, right? This card is a 5'7" player. So again, he goes into more of the direction of a card that should feel more agile in game. Again, you have the really high 90s for dribbling, but because he's a short and lean minus, as you can see from his base card stats, that is something that you have to try out in game. Because like I said, you have to try it out, because Zola's the only one that I've used that I couldn't care less about it, right? But this card still looks like it's pretty decent, especially for people who are, Bayern Munich fans, or they're building some sort of Spanish team. Even though he's a 4-star player, doesn't have the 5-star skills, the sentimental value is definitely really cool for a card like this that could still perform really well in game in the side positions, right? So not bad whatsoever, especially since he's working with some decent play styles as well, right? Let's see what else we have here from the popular options. We have Rodri, who plays for Real Betis, Spanish links. He has 5-star skills now. Sprint speed is on the lower side. However, dribbling is already in the 90s area. The key thing here is going to be the body type, and he is working with a short and lean minus. They're doing this on purpose, okay? So just making sure that you guys understand this, okay? Short and lean minus for a lot of these cards. However, with this version of Rodri, I think you would give him like a hunter, to be honest, right? Really boost the acceleration and sprint speed to be as high as possible. Because the sprint speed is on the lower side, I would probably Not this one, you dum-dum. Because the sprint speed is on the lower side, right, I would probably just give him the Hunter because it just makes the most sense for him. I think for this game, pace is very, very relevant to work with. But it is also because of that +8 in the finishing department. And when they're formatting these cards, they know what they're doing for the most part, right? Passing's in a good area. Dribbling, you again have to experiment with in-game because he does have the body type. But here's the thing, guys. A card like this is looking pretty juicy because Hunter chemistry style on him, but he's a left-footed player, right? A left-footed player who's 5'6", so the body type or the height could be really, really nice to work with. But he also has finesse shot, technical, flare, and chip shot. So technical will compensate for the dribbling as well, considering the body type. So again, not necessarily a bad choice if you want to go in that direction either, right? We have Dina Aimbe. I've never seen this guy before in my life, to be honest with you, but a French player who is a 4-star, 3-star player. What I kind of hope for a card like this is that they would improve the defending to be a little bit higher. However, he could still be a pretty decent card because what I'm thinking with him is that, you know, you would provide him with, I think it's the Gladiator, because the Gladiator gives that pretty significant boost in the shooting department. And what I'm thinking with this card is that you actually use him as your, you know, center mid in the 4-1-2-2 as the attacking oriented player. You use him in a right mid position if you're playing a 3-back formation, or you actually use him as your right back, but you just have to be mindful of his defensive stats being on the lower side. But he is 6 foot tall to work with, you know, very good, physical stats. Dribbling stats are there as well, with the body type being on the more physical side, which obviously for the defenders is a W, right? Average body type is usually really, really nice to work with. So that's definitely a solid body type to work with if you want cards that play well in the defensive positions. Brobe is the other card here. Again, more for the sentimental value or for the physical type dudes that like to use these types of cards, because this card is actually interesting because he's a low work rated card. He is 4-star, 5'11" height. With this card in game, it does look like it's formatted for, I would say, the Hawk, to improve his shooting to be a little bit better of a balance while giving him extra aggression. He has very good physical capabilities. So cards like this, if he has aerial especially, see? So this is where it makes more sense to give him those specific playstyle pluses, as well as aerial, chip shots, all those sort of things, being a physical type striker. So people who enjoy using the Eredivisie squads, even though he's a low work rated card, I would recommend, you know, forcing the get in behind instruction out of the card as much as possible, because of the attacking AI at a low. I mean, the low could still be fine. Who knows? Honestly, it could still be decent to work with, but obviously it makes more sense to give these play styles to a card like this, right? Because he's more physical, probably a bigger dude in game. Brobe, you know, he's a person who has a stocky body type. Figured he would have a bigger body type, you know, just the way you kind of see him IRL, right? But 90 for future stars on the upgrade puts him at a pretty decent area as well, right? Let's see what else we have to work with here. So Brobe, we have Ferrera. So now we're moving into the realms of the MLS players, right? So with this card, he is an MLS attacker, giving you the MLS links. Acceleration is on the lower side, so by default, you do have to provide him with the Hunter. It's an interesting card because his dribbling is at an 86, right? First touch, aerial, chip shot to work with. But he is an American player. You know, some people that are building some sort of like American squad, or they want MLS links in their team, this is going to be the guy to go for, right? If that's the type of team that they're building. But you just have to be mindful of 86 dribbling with, watch it be a short and lean minus, an average body type. So an average body type, average and short and lean minus are the ones you have to be careful with the most when it comes to responsiveness in game, right? So again, be very mindful of that when looking at that Ferrera card. And then we have Torres here, who is a player who is a 4-star left-footed player. Dribbling stats situated in weird spots for some of them, I would say. I mean, it looks like a card you'd have to give a finisher to, but he has 86 for reactions, 89 for ball control. This is a card that you would have to try out in game. By default, he is a person who has an average body type as well. So the MLS cards, I think, are going to be leaning towards more of the sentimental value more than anything else, right? So if we go to the popular evolution choices here, and you go to the future stars, these are all of the options you're going to work with. So I think for meta guys, the ones that you see in order are definitely going to be the ones that are probably going to make the most sense for a lot of people, depending on the types of links that they want to work with in their team, right? But yeah, that's going to conclude this video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.